Hi, I'm Steve Jackson. I'm the Vice President of the Asphalt Plant Operations and Sustainability at NB West Contracting. Today, we're in our mix design lab. Some of the things we want to talk about today is going from the aggregates that we get from our quarries, bringing them in here, classifying those, then designing the mixes, putting them together. Now, one thing that we really want to focus on is the sustainability. So we try to maximize the amount of recycled asphalt pavement, or what we call RAP. The recycled asphalt pavement is the road that you are driving on. Whenever we go out to do a project, we mill that road up. We bring it back to the plant. We process it to the size that we need. And then we want to use as much of that old road back into our new road. And that allows us to save resources. We also are looking at dropping our mix temperatures. This is a way to save energy. It also helps save on emissions at the same time. What we're really focusing on now is the next step of technology, balanced mix design. All across the country, people are learning how to implement balanced mix design and performance testing to go along with it. Our team here at West has been working with the Missouri Department of Transportation to develop those specifications. The two tests that we like to focus on in Missouri are the Ideal CT test, which is a cracking test, and the Ideal RT test, which is a rut resistance test. So we're working now with MoDOT to determine those parameters, the frequency of testing, and we're really pushing the envelope to deliver a better performing road for our taxpayers. Our team here at West is well ahead of the curve, and we're ready to deliver those strategies today.
Hi, I'm Kevin Weeberry with NB West Contracting. I'm the Quality Control Manager. Today, we're going to walk through the processes of doing an asphalt mix design. To do our mix design process, we will put our batch sheet together, then we'll bring it into the lab and gather our rock and combine it together. Then we will shake it down over each individual sieve, come back after we shake down our big batch, and then make individual sized batches. We will build our batch together off of each of those individual pans. Once we get all those put in one main bowl, we will combine it with our recycled asphalt materials then we will put it in the oven after we get it all combined for 2 hours. And then at that time, that's when we put our oil in the oven to heat that up. And then after 2 hours, we pull it out of the oven, add the oil to the rock and mix it up. And that's when we will add ground tire rubber or fibers or something that may go in the mix to help the mix perform better. Once we get all of it mixed up, we'll put it back in the oven for another hour and we will pull it back out, split down our samples. We will have 2 to 3 pucks, or pills they're called, and a loose mix sample. Once we get those split back out, we will put it back in the oven for another hour. After that hour, we will pull it out, take it to the gyratory or the Marshall hammer, and make our pills or pucks. And then we'll have the loose mix on the table, cooling off and pulling apart each individual aggregate. Once everything is cooled, we will run volumetric testing on it to figure out the gravities for the loose mix and the gravities for the compacted specimens. This will help us figure out our volumetric test answers to see if it meets the specification for that particular mix. If it doesn't meet specification for each particular mix, we will go back and redesign it and then start that whole process over until we hit something that meets specification. Once it meets specification, we will run performance testing on it, which is CT index, RT index. Then once we get all that data gathered together, send it to MoDOT for approval or St. Louis County for approval. After the mix is approved, we will get job mix formula, it's called, back from MoDOT or St. Louis County, and them are good for 2 to 3 years.
So after our mix design process, now it's time to take it to the field. So our quality control team takes the mix that is produced by our asphalt plants, brings it back in here, and runs the same test that they do during mix design. The purpose of this is to maintain consistency. We want to make sure that every ton of mix that we produce at the plants is the same, based on the mix design that our quality control team developed. So with that, we also are going to integrate the new balanced mix design performance testing. We constantly need to be increasing our training for our quality control team. We might include new college courses for some of our team members. We will send people to the National Center for Asphalt Technology for balanced mix design certifications. We also have to maintain our technician certifications. That is what allows our quality control team to accurately perform the testing for the Missouri Department of Transportation.
My name is Joe Schreier with NB West Contracting. I am the construction materials engineer. My job entails watching over the quality control department or QC department, as well as evaluating the products that not only we receive, but evaluating the products that we produce to put on the roadways. The difference between QC and QA, quality control, quality assurance, the quality control division, they look at the mixtures, make sure that the specifications are not only being met, but make sure that process is consistent from the time they load up the bins at the plant until the time that it's placed on the roadway. Quality assurance is the agency or the owner's responsibility. They check to make sure that all the processes are being followed and that they are getting a good product.
We have to collaborate, we have to work together. The people in this lab have to know how an asphalt plant works. Our people at our plants need to know how our quality control team put the mixes together. And that way they can work together to make sure that we produce the most consistent mix. Consistency is very important because the consistency of our testing and of our production is how we are paid in these contracts. So we work within a percent within limits, which means that the more consistent that we are, the better the road is going to perform, the better our pay will be on the project. Our quality control team has to be on top of this situation. As our asphalt plants are running, it's a very quick pace. We may be producing 300 or 400 tons per hour of asphalt. They're having to pull a sample about every 1,000 tons. So it's a very quick pace. They have to be on top of that situation. If there's any variation, this is where the problem-solving skills have to take place. They have to figure out why we're not running consistently. They have to decide what kind of changes need to be made to the asphalt plant, and they have to do it at a very rapid pace because if we get too inconsistent, it costs us money. It's very important for our quality control team to be in tune with the mixes they design, know how an asphalt plant works, know how they put the mixes together, and know how to troubleshoot the issues when we get to them.